Now you got mine.
Is that the Rubicon?
Rubicon.
Woohoo!
Never been on the rocks before. I'd like to watch somebody else do it.
There's plenty. Go hit a couple.
There's only so many different ways you can stack rocks. After a while, you've stacked them all. There's nothing else you can do. So if you want to make the course tougher, what you have to do is take away options, and that's exactly what the engineers have done. They've taken the boulders. See, this course used to be 6-8 feet wider, and you had a choice. Your co-driver could get out and guide you over the boulders as you went. Well, they took away a lot of that choice and just stacked the boulders higher. So this is no longer an option. Now you go over that.
Having fun now. I knew this big old boat wouldn't be much good in the rocks. This is an awful lot of fun anyway. So I think we're learning something here for sure. Charlie, does it look like it's going to go over? Rocks are wonderful.
You still got the crash helmet on, and for a couple of minutes you worried me. I thought you were going to need it, man. What happened? Don't say you got hung up on a rock. That's cheating. Tell me what went wrong.
I really don't know what wrong because I don't know what's right on these rocks. I really have no clue. You know, it's one of those things. We were actually moving the rocks from underneath the truck, and I think that probably has a lot to do with the weight pushing things out from underneath it. It was a lot of fun. That was really hairy. I really thought I was going on over. I was grabbing onto everything I could grab because I thought that was it. But I don't really know. Don't have a lot of experience at it, so I'm sure some of these guys will tell me.
Cable in! Cable in! Cable in! Cable in! Okay, sometimes they need a little help in here. That's what we're here for. Get them out.
Paul Foster is the next competitor for the Mini Rubicon. Remember, the pylons cannot be knocked over this year at all. If you knock over a pylon, you are completely out of the competition. You are considered as having gone off course. And you saw Paul Foster's right rear tire touch that cone, and indeed he did knock it over, and that will end his run, which is a real shame because Paul has a tremendous amount of experience on the rocks. Not only did he design this vehicle to go through water, he designed it to be on the rocks as well, and his run is over. TJ Florence has already broken the steering arm of his Jeep once in the frame twister. They repaired it, however, it has broken again, and there's absolutely no point in trying the Mini Rubicon without it.
What a spotter. I tell you gotta leave it up to that guy. Pretty good feeling to be out here right now. This one's for you, Dad.
You know, you can't do it much better than that. In fact, most of the other competitors didn't do it at all.
It's tough. You gotta take time and pick the right lines, and hopefully the ball falls your way so you don't get out of position, because once you do, it's hard to gain it back. And it's been a rough day, and it really paid off big time to be able to pull this off like that. So good luck to all the rest of the competitors. Hope they do well too.
Like most competitors, Chris has decided to send his spotter out very quickly and accept the accompanying penalty. There's a number of smaller penalties coming to a complete stop, backing up, even having the spotter get out of the vehicle is a 5-point penalty. The bigger infractions include using a jack, that's a 10-point penalty. Winching is a 10-point penalty for every vehicle link.
Come on, dude, drive it. Drive it, drive it, drive it. Hold it. You got 10 minutes, I think. You got over 10 minutes. Here, I got the bar. Winch it.
I was really surprised that you make it, considering that you got hung up halfway in there and took a lot of time right toward the end.
Yeah, we were high centered on just about everything, and my spotter's awesome, and the throttle pulled through and got us through without destroying it too bad.
Yeah, any other damage besides the right rear tire?
I probably wouldn't be able to tell if there was.
Warren Cryer is up next for the Mini Rubicon. He has one win to his credit so far. He just edged Bill Fisher in the hill climb by 0.6 of a second. Well, the game plan is changing. Warren Cryer and his co-driver had talked about this ahead of time. They had determined that he would not get out if at all possible. They did not want to winch. Well, they've already accepted the penalty. The co-driver is out. Let's see if they can still hang on to their original game plan, at least half of it, and not winch through this course. Well, not only did he do it, he did it with what I'm guessing to be the speed record so far by a mile.
I sure hope so, because it was tough. I've never done anything like this before.
Oh, really?
A lot of damage there, too, and we'll get her fixed.
No other damage of any kind, though. I mean, everything seemed to work perfectly.
It's an Army truck built like a tank.
Scared me there toward the end. You got the pumpkin hung up on a rock right in front of you, just powered straight through it.
Hey, that's the same time I heard fire. I mean, hey, I'm getting across that line. Forget that fire, man. The points are on the other side of that line. They have nothing to do with that fire. So hopefully we got a good time on it. Plus we got the points for him staying in. So we're ready to rock for tomorrow.
Toby Harrell is from Texas, and he knows how to get the job done on rocks. Now, they fixed this machine up with a 6-inch leaf spring up front, and they moved it forward 1 inch. Then they had a 63-inch rear leaf spring out of a 98 Chevy. They moved it back 3 inches, plus a tremendous amount of fender trim for clearance, and hopefully they can make it through this event. You guys tried to do this whole thing and never leave your seats. What was with that?
Well, the last guy did it, but he's from a Hollister area, so what the heck.
I wish I would have had the lockers in at the start. Jeez.
Don, congratulations. You made it all the way through with very little problem, it seemed like. However, you have so much clearance on this. You kind of spooked me a couple of times. You had to feel like you were sitting 5 miles in the air going sideways.
I am 5 miles in the air going sideways, so it kind of spooked me too, but she made her through. I didn't have the lockers engaged until almost halfway through the course, and that kind of hurt me a little bit at the start, but I'm just happy to make it through and not roll.
And not tear anything up in the process either.
Not tear anything up in the process. I've been fixing stuff all day, so it feels good to be able to go back to camp and not have a bunch of stuff to do.
Don Henry's 49.5-inch tires made for a near-flawless run. 9 competitors suffered penalty points, none so severe as to alter their final position.